Hello students, so this is the 13th video of our first module. In first module I am explaining you about the second chapter. In second chapter we are seeing about the data types and constants in this video. So first in the last video I was explaining you about the different types of data or different data types which we are using in our C program. So in continuation with that we have typecasting. So what exactly is typecasting? So if we want to convert the expression from one type to the other type, then we use this typecasting. So what is the syntax for typecasting? We have type name, that is what type it is, like integer or float. So that particular type name we have to mention along with the expression. So that expressions, whatever answer we are getting at last, it will be converted into that particular type, into that particular data type, whatever is mentioned within the parenthesis. So this is how we are going to use typecasting. Typecasting means we are going to convert the expression from one data type to the other data type. So next, modifiers. So what are these modifiers? So till now we are aware of what are the different data types we have. In primary or primitive data type we have integer, float and character. Here modifiers means how we are using those data types in a modified way. That is, we are going to convert their actual size. If only two memory locations is needed, then we have to minimize the size of our integer. So if we want to minimize it, then we are converting it from int to short int. If we want to maximize, then we are converting it into integer to long integer, signed and unsigned. So these are the different types of modifiers which we are applying on the different data types which we have seen in our primitive data type. So this is about the modifiers. So here we have one example. Main followed by int sum equals to 17, count equals to 5, double mean equals to sum by count, printf value of mean equals to whatever value we are getting after division. So in the above C program, 15 by 7 alone will produce integer value as 3. We have to store the mean value in the form of double, that is 3 point something we will be getting. So that value will be stored in printf statement. So if we are specifying double as the result here, then we'll be getting this as the last answer, 3.400 as our output. But here we are not giving any value, so it will be taking sum as integer and count also as integer, and it will be taking only the integer part. Mean, it is defined as a double, but actually whatever we are converting here, so the sum value is integer and count is also integer. So integer and integer, it will be converted, the actual value what we are getting, it will be in the form of integer only the whole part will be considered, 3 will be given. Whereas here if we give this, then what happens means it will be taking it will be converting the whole result into the double, and it will be giving the value 3.4000. So this is how we are making use of the typecasting in our C programming. So once we are aware of the data types, next is constants. So constants in C are the fixed values that are used in a program. So the values of the constant variables will be fixed. Its value remains the same during the entire execution of a program. If we are going to define, or if we are going to assign some value to that particular variable, then the value will remain same. So that value is nothing but the constant value. Constants are also called as literals. So the other name given for the constants are literals. Constant type followed by the constant name. We are going to use const as the identifier to tell that we are using a constant name. So here we have an example, hash include stdio.h main const int side equals to 10. So this implies that whatever value is given for side, so will be equal to 10 means, so that side value will be taken as 10 wherever we are using. It is not going to change in the entire program. Int area will be equal to side star side, that is 10 into 10, the area of the square with the side percentage d is percentage d units. So first side means 10, area means 10 into 10, it will be taking 100. So output will be getting it as 100. So once we are familiar with the example of how the constants are used in our program, now we are going to see what are the different constant types. So C constants are divided into primary constants and secondary constants. Primary constants are integer constants, real constants and character constants. Secondary constants are arrays, pointers, structures, unions and enumerators. So first moving to the primary constants. So primary constants, again they are divided into two different types, numeric and non-numeric. In numeric we have integers and real. In integers we have decimal, octal and hexadecimal, and in real we have fixed and scientific, and in non-numeric we have single and characters. And secondary constants we have pointers, arrays, strings, structures, union, enumerators, etc. So all this will be seeing in the next videos. First, coming to the primary constants. So primary constants are again divided into two different types, numeric constants and character constants. So in numeric constants we have integer constants and real constants. Character constants we have three different types, single character constant, string constant, backslash character constants. So single character constant means only single character will be used. String constants means group of characters will be used. Backslash character constants means we have certain definitions or certain meanings for each and every backslash character constants. We will see in the next slide. So first we will start with the integer constants. So in integer constants we are going to see decimal integers, octal integers and hexadecimal integers. First, a prefix specifies the base or radix. 0x or 0 capital X is for hexadecimal, 0 is for octal, that is O is for octal, nothing for decimal. An integer literal can also have a suffix, that is a combination of U and L for unsigned and long respectively. The suffix can be uppercase or lowercase and can be in any order. So here we have different, this one's given here, and 212 means it is legal and it is decimal. U is unsigned, it is legal, and XFEEL, it is long, and it is legal because it is hexadecimal. 078, 8 is not present in octal digit. 0 or O represents the octal numbers. If we have suffix as 0, so here this is like that. We have different numbers here which can be which are the examples of the constant integers. Next, coming to the constant real constants, the numbers containing fractional parts like 99.25 are called as real or floating point constants, representing floating point literals in decimal form and exponential form. In decimal form, it must include the decimal point, the exponent, or both. Representing the exponential form must include the integral part, the fractional part, or both. The signed exponent is introduced by E or capital E. So examples for these are 1.2 plus 9.0 minus 4.5. So signs are also included. Syntax of float literal in exponential form means plus or minus followed by mantissa followed by E or capital E, plus or minus for signed or unsigned, for signed numbers whether it is positive or negative number, followed by the exponent. Mantissa and exponent both has to be included. So here we have the examples: plus 1E23 minus 9E2 plus 2E minus 25. So these are the examples for real constants. In exponential notations, the mantissa can be specified either in decimal or fractional form. An exponent can be written in both lowercase as well as uppercase, that is E and E. we can use both the signs, that is positive and negative, before the mantissa and exponent, because as it is a signed numbers.